G'day, how you going? Ianapolis here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to me video. Did you see that beautiful rainbow coloured painting we're going to do on the opening credits? Well, that's what we're going to do today. And also later on in the show, there'll be a special guest, Wendy from Free Mums Hugs in Perth, WA. She'll be telling me when it's time to whack a frame on it, so we'll cross over to her later on in the video. All right, I want to get some sizes up there in centimetres and inches, just so those people like to know what size the canvas panel is. And we'll get some, well, that was quick, we'll go again. We'll get some colours going up the screen there for you as well, so you can get them to where you want, pause it and write them all down and get those colours. And if you don't have the exact same colours as me, just get something similar, okay? And watch the video a couple of times, that way you know what's going to happen up ahead and what you should and shouldn't do. There's pretty much rainbow colours here and a bit of black as well. Okay, so come on over here and I'll just set up my canvas. So the first thing I want to do to get all our rainbow colours to blend is mix up some craft paint with some clear medium retarder. The retarder is just a medium product you add to your acrylic paints to slow down the drying time, and the way I use it with this craft paint, it allows me to blend the way I do and get a really nice wet, most of the times an oil look to my paintings. So I want to get this into the canvas. Now you can do this on canvas paper, canvas cloth, canvas stretched, whatever. I've got it on my own homemade canvas panel here, so I'm just going to crisscross it all into the teeth of those canvas there, and this is going to allow the surface to be wet and blendable for all my rainbow colours. Now this is quite a simple but effective painting, I think. So let's get all of our canvas panel primed up in our, let's say, I think the oil painters call it magic white, but anyway, we've got that. Now looking at my monitor here, I just went on to Google Images and downloaded a rainbow colour, okay? Just to give me an indication of where I could go with my colours. And they've got like a, I'm going to use dioxazine purple, blue, the yellow and the blue is going to mix and make a green to get the yellow and the red's going to mix to get the orange and get the red. And we're going to band this down the canvas. All right, I'm going to wipe that brush I painted all the white on. You're not going to believe what happened. This is the second time I'm painting the rainbow colours on there. I'll explain it to you. I'm picking up the dioxazine purple, a little bit of retarder in that paint, and we'll get the dioxazine on here again. I'd painted all this canvas the rainbow colours, but I was turning the camera on when I thought it was on, but I was actually turning it off, and when I was turning it off, I was turning it on, so all the important bits didn't get filmed. So hence I'm doing it again. So we've got that on there, we've got the dioxazine purple. Wipe your brush and pick up the phthalo blue. It's got a little bit of retarder in there. I've put a daub near all those colours. Let's see if this is going to work again. And we'll get our phthalo blue in there and blend that into that dioxazine purple. Sort of pull it into it, just so we've got a beautiful transition. I'm happy with that. And we'll bring this blue down a bit so we can add some of the yellow to create the green. So down here I've just got some yellow, and the blue that's in the brush is going to mix with the green. The blue in the brush is going to mix with the yellow to create the green. And we'll get our green in here, coming up to the blue, pull it into the blue and blend it into the blue. So you're happy with your transition. Now bring it down a bit, just to about there. Now I want to wash the brush and add yellow with it now. Alright, so I'm picking up the cadmium yellow, and we'll start from the green there and bring it down, trying to keep it yellow. Down here, you don't want to bring all that green into there and contaminate the actual yellow band. And then from there we can bring the yellow into the green. There we go, I'm happy with that. Now picking up some of the pyrrole red, it's going to create an orange. So we'll grab some of that into there. And we'll get our red band in there, which is about here. So this is pretty much our orange. And now fade that into the yellow. Get your yellow and red transition going the way you want it. Now we'll pick up the straight red and we'll get some of that just at the bottom there of our canvas. Starting here, getting all that red on, and then just lightly bring it up to the orangey colour. Rub your red the way you want it. Okay, I'm happy with that. And then start blending it into that orange band. So we've got our red, orange, yellow, green, blue and violet. Okay, I've finished the red down the bottom. I've given it a bit of a dry. This is where you can enjoy your coffee a bit. Now we're going to put in our palm trees, a bit of a foreground. You can either use pandanus or palms, something tall and tropical. And you can even probably put a moon in the sky as well, just to give it that element of an artistic feel, a vibe about it. Oh, you're right. So I've got burnt umber and black because they're going to be in silhouette, but I don't want to do them in just black. So I'd rather tint the burnt umber with some black, and we'll put them on there, all right? So I want to put a moon in the sky. I want something around about this round, and if you don't have a pouncer, you can brush it in by hand or leave it out altogether. This is just an optional part, okay? So I want it about there. So I've dampened this pouncer, and I'm going to do it a different way, okay? So I just want to, so as I can get the pouncer to give me a beautiful circle on the painting there. I've dried it a bit. I might have dried it too much, but this is just to give me some kind of circle. See what that's done? It's actually ripped the paint off the canvas because it's still rubbery, and I just put a wet pounce on it. But that's okay because I just want that circle there, okay? So what I want to do is grab a flat brush, a nice flat, and some white paint. So we'll grab some white paint. Steady hands as you go. Now you might think, oh Ian, what did you do? You buggered it. I haven't really buggered it. That's just what's in my mind. Okay, so I could see the circle there. I'm going to make this mainly the white bit. So we're going to come around. Pick up some more white paint. Now this is a bit of mucking around, but it's worth it. It's going to look nice. So I want to get the moon crested. It's a bit like doing a teardrop, or a dew, not a teardrop, a dewdrop. Now what we've got to do is get this paint in that circle. I tell you what, out of all my pouncers, that one wasn't the very roundest. So we're getting that round as possible. Okay, there it is out there. And we want to just bleed this up. There's the rest of our moon there. See, there's not a lot on my brush. This is just bleeding all this. So the colours underneath are like blurred. There we go. I'm washing it type of thing. So what we've pretty much got our washed circle. It was white, but see the purple and the blue there? It's washed all that together in that round area there. That's what I wanted to do using the flat brush. I just used the pouncer. Unfortunately, mine was a crooked pouncer to get the circle there. Now we want to just use the white again with a flat. I'm going to stop chisel it on the edge of my brush again so it's nice and sharp. Let's hope my hand's not hiding a lot of that. Probably is. Let me just get under here. I'm using the edge of the flat brush to get a reasonable sharp edge on the edge of this moon, because I want a crested moon, and we want this crested now nice and bright on this edge, and it's coming to a crest. Okay, not too big of a crest but not too small. Try and find that size it's going to do it. And I've given it a light dry from the first application of the moon colours, so as this colour is going to lay on top of it reasonably well. It's just a different looking moon. Well, you do it if you have your own way of doing moons and you love the way they look, do them your way by all means. Now I'm just scrumbling that white colour into the other colour there, just so it's not a harsh transition. A lot of sauce for little spaghetti here in this moon, but that's just what I want to do, okay? Because believe it or not, the painting's nearly finished, so I've got to add some element of time to it. Okay, and I'm going to see, it's not working properly. It's working, but I could get more out of it, so I just dampened the brush and wiped it. And you watch this, it'll really open that paint up, because this is a Atelier interactive paint. It opens up when you activate it, when you wet it again. But there, I'm happy with that. Now I'm going to grab the burnt umber and the black and put in the foreground and some trees. All right, paint straight out of the tube, my mist bottle, just because I want this with a bit of water to give it a bit of an inky feel. Now you get yourself a flathead brush and mix the brown. Now pull in some black, just so as we get that darker value. Don't want it too watery though, but there we go. So we've got a nice large amount of paint, and it's inky enough to transfer off the brush onto the canvas without breaking up the edges and making you go over it 500,000 times and ruining the beautiful edges that you're trying to achieve. Okay, so now I've got a flat brush here, and we want a simple, nice tight line. Okay, that top line has got to be nice and tight, and then we can just get near the top gingerly and then paint all this out. Now be careful and mindful that I know I have on this painting, all that colour underneath this brown that I'm putting on now has been dried, but it's full of retarder as well. So I know if I press too heavy, it's going to be like pressing on rubbery lava and I can break it up. So if you don't want to do that, you work out where you're going to have this line before you start your whole painting. Okay, that's why it pays to watch the whole video. And you can mask this area up, so when you're putting all the retarder, white craft paint and everything on there, you're not going to have it underneath here. I know that's going to happen, so I'm being careful of that. But I don't want you at home to start doing what I'm doing, not knowing that, and it's starting to rip up the paint underneath, and you're pulling and cursing and yelling at the screen going, how come it's working for him but not for me? Well, it will work for you if you just heard what I just said. That's why it does happen. Okay, we've got a nice tight line there. And I just want to get all the brush strokes out and make that look nice. Okay. So I've got some other flats, a smaller one than that, and another smaller one than that again, just so as we can get our beautiful palm trees in. So I've just dampened that into the water tub there, and I'm going to load this up now. And the simplest way to do a palm, if you're beginning and starting out and you want to do palms and you think, what's the best way to do a palm? It's up to you how much detail you put into that afterwards as you progress through your art journey. Is you're grabbing a flat brush. Let's say, don't have anything on there. I use a flat Let's put a palm about here. Boom. And we'll put one about here. So where are we? Bowing into the painting. Okay, I've got the leg in there. We want it, if anything, thin there and thicker at the bottom. Okay, so this brush ain't the best. I'm going to get this one a little bit thicker at the bottom here. Just about there. Okay. So you get your trunk in. Let's do this one. Let me get this all sorted here. This paint's still wet on the canvas. I haven't dried it 100%. Don't make it too neat of a trunk either. It's silhouetted, so we don't need too much shading in all this. It's up to you. You can add that if you want, but this tutorial's just showing you this method. Now I just want to get that line there straight down. There we go. Now we've done that, we're going to load up the brush just like this. Get your flat brush and chisel the edge so the edge is nice, and so you're getting a line there and you can frong down. I'll show you what I mean on the canvas. So you're loading the brush up and we'll start this big one. So I start in the middle. You work out in your head, I want one coming up here, nice and tight, frong it out. What I mean by frong it out, see how the edges are breaking up and feathering? That's a simple frong for your palm. We'll do another one. Now try not to make them look like a wagon wheel. I've seen some people do it and they get sort of stuck in a neat pattern. Mix it up a bit. Some of the front ones just sort of come down like that, see? See like that? We'll get another one over here. So if anything, you're just doing that straight line like this and breaking it down. See? Keep loading your brush up. Load it up probably for every frong or prong, whatever they're called. They've got a... Okay, and we'll get another one up here. It's important to get these edges breaking up. Now see the middle? Don't just leave it like that. Please add some busyness, like little points here and there, and some thick busyness in the middle, just so it doesn't look... There we go. And silhouette it out. It's not a bad palm for a beginner. And then it's up to you where you take it from there. Okay? But it's important to busy up that centre section as well. Okay, I've changed brush. I've got a smaller brush now, just because I wanted to change it. And we'll do this one now. So the same thing. Start in the middle. You don't have to start at the tippity top. You can leave a bit from the top. Just lightly hold the thing. Give it a bit of an arch. Hang on, I'm moving slowly. So you've done that. Give it a bit of an arch where, let it bleed down. Look at that. This is a better brush. I've got to go and buy some new flats. My flats are really bad. Let's do another one up here. Just there. I do know some people use fan brushes, but I find this easier if you're going to teach a beginner. Now we'll get another one here. Try and make some bigger than others. So this is going to be hopefully a bit bigger than that one. We'll get one coming down. I always like one coming down like that, just so it's got that look of coming at you instead of just a flat looking tree on its side. Practice these frongs and you'll have fun doing them. Look at them. That's a good thing about art. When you practice and you know you can do something, it's such a good feeling to know you can put it in your painting. Now see how it's looking a bit like a wagon wheel? It's looking a bit real like, get a weird shaped one up here. That's it. Now, that's why you're busy up the centre. So we're putting those little points out here and there. They're probably other ones that just haven't developed yet. And we're just busying up the centre there. Okay. And if you're really, I'm feeling I just want something coming down like that. Probably do that on this one as well. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. There we go. Okay, there's just so much you can do to this painting by putting silhouettes of the Taj Mahal or anything there, or a person. I'm just going to put my autograph on here, and then after this we'll cross over to the lovely Wendy from Free Mum Hugs and see what she's up to. Now be sure to check out the links in the description below. There's quite a few there. Join my art group page. All my art's for sale. There's a PayPal link there to make payable payments for the art for sale. Okay. There's a link to Reese's beautiful music. He sings some lovely songs. Okay, we'll put Steve's footprint on there. Then we'll cross over to Wendy.
Hi, I'm Wendy from Free Mum Hugs Perth, WA. And you know what? I think it's time for Ian to whack a frame on it.
Thank you very much for that, Wendy. Yes, that was Wendy from Free Mum Hugs. So let's whack a frame on this. Yeah, that don't look too shabby. It's colourful and artistic. Couple of palms in a rainbow setting, a tropical rainbow scene. All right, give it a go. You can do it. And be sure to check out the links in the description below. If it's your first time watching, give me the thumbs up, share, like and subscribe. And if you like what I'm doing, you tell your friends. But if you don't, tell everybody, all right? All the best, goodbye, good luck, and good on ya.